Hello everyone, it is your host, SethTheProgrammer, and today I'll be discussing Goku's heat resistance in Dragonball Super. Special thanks, by the way, to Wade Strine for helping me out with these heat calculations. Now, episode 68 of Super came out, and well, it was very bad. It was a very bad slice of life episode that had the audacity to declare Goku's heat resistance was not even core level. So basically, Bulma wanted Goku to go to the core of the Earth to fetch some raw material for her secret time machine she was building. Goku then pegs the question, "Won't I die if I go there?" And then notice how this is a question, and not even a statement, by the way, meaning it does not confirm anything. We also don't know if he was referring to the core has barely any oxygen, or if it was filled with poisonous, toxic air, or if the heat itself would have been a problem. But I believe it's not oxygen. As yes, Goku has fought in the stratosphere, and while it does have oxygen, it only has abysmal amounts of oxygen at best, just like the core has abysmal amounts of oxygen. Neither the core of Earth nor the stratosphere of Earth have anywhere near enough oxygen for a normal person to survive in. And if you take Goku in the stratosphere versus Beerus, he could breathe. And in fact, Akira Toriyama touches up on this and states, well, maybe since he's an alien, he could breathe a little bit. Clearly just a cop-out of plot, but it does mean Goku can breathe in extreme environments just with difficulty. Although he can't breathe in water, but he can breathe in the stratosphere. If that makes sense, I guess. So now every irrelevant downplaying community on every corner of the internet floods on over to heat resistance. Goku must not be able to take any form of heat if he's going to die from the core, right? Well, before I get into that, I'm going to propose an ultimatum to all the downplayers that they have to accept one way or the other if they follow through with this heat argument. Ki Blast. Ki Blast either obliterate foes and planets with extreme levels of heat and concussive explosive force, or Ki Blasts are raw force. And if you deny that Ki Blasts are heat-oriented and if they're just raw force, then you're conceding Goku can literally haymaker forces capable of burrowing through planets and obliterating them, and even attacks that can annihilate numerous galaxies. So yes, you're either conceding he has no heat resistance and a fuck ton of raw physical strength, or arguing he has high heat resistance but low lifting strength, which I've debunked. There's no in-between here. Now let's get into debunking this core shit. For one, Goku wasn't even in the core, by the way, more like near it at best. If he were in the core, he'd literally be drowning in magma. Like him and Beerus and Whis, they were all having like a fucking discussion near the core or whatever, but they weren't even in magma, and the core is literally just molten. It's not even solid until you get to more of the center. So if they were like near the outer core, they would be bathing in magma, but they weren't. He was literally standing on like solid ground, and then there was like lava in the background. It didn't even make any sense scientifically. Next, we are going to assume, by the way, that Goku was in the core, okay? So let's say he was deep in the core like Bulma said he was, and let's just ignore the science, okay? Let's just ignore the physical evidence that he wasn't. The core's heat of 6,000 degrees Celsius or over 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit, whatever amount of Fahrenheit, it's not even relevant, it's 6,000 degrees Celsius. Then Goku would tank it with absolutely no difficulty either way. Why? Well, there's two main types of energy: potential energy and kinetic energies. Potential energy, in short, is just that. Potential energy in something. Like if you have a ball at the top of a staircase, it has the potential energy of moving down that staircase. Or if you hold an apple out at arm's length, gravity is trying to pull it out of your hands, and it has the potential energy of falling down to the ground, etc. Now, kinetic energy is that potential in action. Now, say that same ball at the top of the stairs was now rolling down the stairs. It is now in motion. It now has kinetic energy. Same with the apple. If you dropped it, it's falling. It is in motion. It now has kinetic energy. Heat, in a sense, is a molecular level of kinetic energy. Like temperature, it's the measurement of the movement of particles in the air or in an object. Heat is literally just this. The less movement the particles have, the colder it is. The more movement of particles they have, the hotter it is. I'll repeat this once again. Heat is literally a kinetic energy, but on a molecular scale. It also works in joules or watts, which is why the longer you touch a hot object, the hotter it will burn. So let's say you put your hand over a candle, but you only do it for like half a second. You just brush your hand over it. It won't really burn. But if you hold your hand there for a good 5 seconds, you're going to be feeling something. Now, you remember how Goku has surpassed the planet-busting Frieza or the arguable solar system Cell, and is now even in the multi-galactic to possibly universal ranges, as stated by the narrators, Beerus, Whis, all the gods, everyone. Everyone confirms Goku and Beerus had the force to annihilate everything in the Dragon Ball macroverse. And if we just lowball that to multi-galaxy, then that's what you get, a lowball. Now, do you know how much kinetic energy that is? Over 7.11 tenexophone to any higher number in raw joules. But how many joules of raw energy would be generated a second by 6,000 degrees Celsius onto Goku's body? Well, first let's look at the main parts of the core and its emissivity. Emissivity is the ability of a surface to emit radiant energy compared to that of a black body at the same temperature and with the same area. So iron and nickel make up about most of the core of the Earth. It's molten, of course, but it does make up most of it. And the emissivity of that would be about 0.90-ish plus, give or take. It ranges between certain types. Now remember, 1 is the highest you can go on the scale, so 0.90 plus is pretty high. But let's highball this emissivity in total to 1, just to prove how ridiculous this all is, really. Now we'll plug in 1.9 meters squared as Goku's surface area. Goku may be slightly taller, but 1.9 is about normal human height. Then plug in 6,000 degrees Celsius. So now we plug in 1 emissivity, which is literally the highest thermal energy, 1.9 meters squared surface area for Goku, and the 6,000 degrees Celsius core heat. This creates a radiation energy of about 166,831,997.19837 joules per second, or watts. Now convert joules per second to tons of force of energy per second, which would be around 0.0398 etc. per second, which the Versus Battles Wiki has generously given us places at building level. Now if we multiply that by say 60 seconds and say Goku was down there for a full minute, then it would have resulted in about 2.392 per minute, which is a roughly large building level force at best. That's how much energy Goku would have to have taken. Now, do you want to know how much force it would take for multi-galaxy levels of energy, which is lowballed Goku's level? 1.699 to the 83rd power. Just try writing that down. Try plugging that into your calculator and seeing what you get real quick. I want to see if your calculator can even handle that number. 1.699 to the 83rd power is how much multi-galactic force of energy would have. Now, the core is giving off 2.4, basically, 2.4 compared to 1.699 to the 83rd power. Please try to keep that in mind when you're arguing about this. That means Goku would have to sit in the core longer than he'd even live naturally, let alone the planet itself, which would roughly last about 5 billion years at tops, as the sun will consume it eventually when it begins to die. So yeah, there's no way in fuck the core can generate enough energy to kill Goku. Even in 100 years, it wouldn't even kill Goku. The only way I could see you arguing this is if you said he has no heat resistance, which is inaccurate, as even Super Saiyan Trunks was capable of obliterating Frieza into atoms in the Daizenshu. And Goku and Beerus were stated to be capable of annihilating things to utter non-existence, meaning they have molecular level defense against energy. Don't even get me started on the fact that this was just a gag slash slice of life episode, not even storyboarded by Toriyama, and that Goku literally even removed the suit while still even in the core before flying off to meet Shenron. Even Beerus looked like he was wondering why he was wearing it. In conclusion, there's just absolutely no way scientifically that the core could take out Goku or generate enough energy to kill Goku unless he was just being suppressed and being lazy. Now stop bringing this dumb shit up. Goku could even tank jet afterburns and raw lava numerous times even before this crazy multi-galaxy god power-up. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something, and till next time.